What's going on, everyone? Super exciting day. Picking up this sweet tank. I don't want to give too much away. I just got to the guy's house. It's unfortunately he's going through a bad time in his life. Certain things are happening, so he has to get rid of the tank. And he's actually came to the shop before and got stuff off of me. And I seen his post and I reached out to him and worked out a deal, and I'm taking everything. It's got lights, tank, equipment, sump, I mean, all the coral, and the coral in it's amazing. That's why I wanted it, is for the coral. He didn't want to separate it, so we worked out a deal and taking it all. So let's go in here and check this bad boy. Alright, so here's the tank. He already took the doors off, but you can see that down here the sump, skimmer, pump, all that. He's got all of his stuff over here that he uses, but the tank is just gorgeous. All the coral, it's crazy. Super pumped to get this thing back to the shop and get it set up, but we got a lot of work ahead of us, so I guess we better get busy. All right, so everything's in the van. When I tell you this tank was heavy, it was heavy. I'm still shaking from it, but I'll show you guys everything. Let's see, I don't know if I could turn the camera around or not. No, maybe not. So yeah, hold on, let me turn the camera on. You guys can see. So there she is. Man, sorry, I'm shaking so bad. Tank was heavy, but everything's in there, loaded up. We're gonna head back to the shop and get her done. So we're back at the shop. Everything's unloaded out of the van. Man, it's stinking hot. For any of you that watch this, I apologize you have to see me without a shirt on. My shirt was literally soaking wet, and I was just pouring sweat, so I had to take it off. Not sure how hot it is, but I know it's September here, and it's not normally this hot in September. But I'm gonna turn this around here, show you. We got the tank out. So there's the tank. I got all the sand out, but I have new sand I'm going to use. There's his sump, and then obviously the stand and everything is over there. So that's the next process. I'm going to hose this out, rinse it out real quick, and we'll get her going. All right, tank's in, stand's in, sump's down there. I just checked it with the level. Everything seems level. It's in the bubbles. All the buckets are still here with some water. Some of the live rock's still in some of the buckets. That one's actually still got a rock flower nem on it. The rest of the coral I threw in these tanks. I eventually plan on putting most of it back into that tank. All of these right there, a bunch of like millies and stuff, those were in there. I probably won't put those back in. I'm not a huge fan of those, but I'm definitely a huge fan of these torches and hammers that were in there. So I'm going to get busy here. I got to start mixing up some water and everything, double check some things, and we still got to get the plumbing down here. Oh, tripping over stuff. We still got to get the plumbing hooked up and everything, and we'll be rocking and rolling. Right, so she's running. I don't have the skimmer plugged in yet. Obviously this panel, control panel, it tucks up in here. I wanted to just get everything running. I'm done for the night. It's almost 10 o'clock. I've literally been at this. I think I got to his house today about 12:30. So I don't know, what is that, 10 hours or so, almost 10 hours. But yeah, I'm just exhausted. I'm whooped. This thing wore me out. So tomorrow, he's actually gonna come down to the shop tomorrow. He's from Akron, Canton area, I think it was, and he's gonna come down tomorrow. We're gonna meet here about 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's gonna help me just go over everything, make sure I got everything hooked back up right and plugged in right and everything. And I don't know how to work these controllers for the life of me. One of these controllers, this bottom one, is for the return pump. This one is for the skimmer, and this is for the ice cap gyri, I think is how you say it, power head. So other than that, that's a wrap for tonight, and we will finish up tomorrow, and she'll be rocking and rolling. Super pumped with this. Can't wait to get the coral and stuff back in here and just have an awesome display tank here at the shop. Alright. Tank is running. Everything's done. Everything's hooked up. Wires are all hidden. Everything's back how it was. The doors are on. I added a couple pieces of rock. Just a couple flat pieces to kind of make shelves, I guess. I don't know. I've always been a fan of flat, making like shelves, I guess. So I used a couple pieces that I had here and the one Rubbermaid that I have full of live rock. Super stoked for this tank. There's one piece of coral in it and one crab. The crab must have been on the rock somewhere, I didn't see it. And the coral is a rock nem. I didn't feel like fighting to try and get it off. Usually, sometimes I'll take like a credit card or a gift card or a plastic card, basically. And you could, if you can get to the foot, you could easily pry them off without damaging the foot. So, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the finished product. I don't know if you're ready for it. Alright, alright, you're ready for it. Bam. So as you can see, like I said, so this flat piece here I added, and this one, I mean, it's not super flat, but it's flat enough. I consider it a little shelf. Obviously the other one is like perfectly flat, but all in all, that's the final scape. Like I said, I got the doors back on. Ready to rock and roll. I would say it's probably ready to add stuff now, because I saved a bunch of his water, and you know what I mean, I used live sand and everything when I set it back up. You know, basically it's like I did a huge water change. It would be roughly, I think I did about 50%. I made about 50% new water. So like I said, basically it would just be like a huge water change. So it's probably fine, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and probably in a month or so we'll do an update video, and I'll probably have some coral and fish and stuff in it by then. But in the meantime, this is her. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and you have a good day.